Jin Bondart, Jin Bondart, Jin Bondart.
Так. Yeah, so very cool stuff happened recently, like yesterday or day ago. I was just like, what? So cool, so crazy. So let me show you. So here's dude. How to properly say his name. Wait a second. Alex Honnold. Yeah, so he ascended suddenly, just like bare hand climbed Taipei 101. Isn't crazy? Think so. You can find it's like kind of they will make like a show on Netflix, I think. You know, so here is this dude. I even have no idea how he's standing on it. There's like wind and stuff. He just like look. It's like from Akira kind of. This thing look like like nuclear bomb on the top of Taipei 101. It's kind of like all this time neutron bomb was hiding on the broadside, and only when Alex climbed and stand on top of it we notice. So yeah, so very cool. I mean, just can imagine, right? Like just bare hand walking up there. Insane. And what I love about this, it's because I made art book about Taipei 101, drawing like 36 views. Wait a second, I think. Where is this? Oh yes, it's here. So I did this book on, you can buy it on Amazon. And like I spent like plenty of time. I've been just like walking all around Taipei looking for interesting views and like unusual angles, some like from very average streets, from like parks, and like this one, Balkon gondola. It's a gondola to Taipei Zoo, so people take it, and they have like glass floor, so you can look through floor. Very cool. Yeah, I have this kind of my favorite, you know. So it's like you still can see it, but it's still kind of view, right? And I call it 36 views to Taipei, kind of homage to Hokusai. He have series 36 view to Mountain Fuji. So, and I was like, because I've been drawing a lot of streets in Taipei, and then I see like, Taipei 101 is like Taiwan Mountain Fuji, you know. It's like be in this beacon. It's like appears on the background everywhere you go. It's very interesting. So, and it's been like kind of challenging, find some interesting, unusual, cool angles. But here, because Alex been climbing 101, it's like immediately have so many cool footages like this, all this interesting perspective grids, interesting camera angles, like here, like on a tip of a building with all these buildings on background with mountain and river. Oh, it's so cool. Look, like so many cool compositions, so many ideas. Here, some people from office. So crazy. And like all this interesting geometry, interesting. Look, this one. And so I think I will like look in now and choose which one I like to draw on a big scale, like on this A3 size, about A3 size. Look at this. And this like so nice. This what I love, it's like it look like a music. So we have all this like different type of elements, like different type of architecture, like middle high buildings, like this like a living office buildings, parks, streets, freeway, and some piece of forest on the mountain. So it's like they're different, but in same time you can see like categories of them. So it's like interplay of different categories, different groups. They're like intertwined with each other. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, here he's like, and I never seen how this thing looks from a close view. Only with this footage I finally like notice, oh, here is a neutron bomb on the top. Akira tomb looks so cool. And look this angle also, like never seen Taipei 101 from this angle. So cool, like dynamic. And this one, look at this. So it's like it's a long lens. So dude who been photographing this, like standing very very far and using this like telescoping thing, so like zooming in from very far distance, so it look like absolutely flat, like a zero perspective. You see, it's kind of like flat, no convergence at all, because this one, right, it should converge, and it's like 2-point perspective, but they're just parallel. Oh yeah, I mean that's beautiful. So it's like we have horizon line, right? Like I was talking about this perspective, because this, you see, we have horizon line, right? So it's kind of should be vanishing points, but with this like crazy long lens shot, it's like zero conversion. Like z and x axis, they're just parallel, like zero perspective. It's crazy. There's some kind of top level composition here. And this one, so cool. very interesting angle, right? So can make like all the shots beautiful, can be used for like manga, anime, whatever, you know. You just like take all these references and say like, oh yeah, it can be like somebody in a window here, right? Like you can show maybe like in the night and some dude like standing in their window talking about business, and there's somebody sit on a table, and there's like cars and people walking on the ground. It's like it's just a beautiful shot, right? Can see. And like before this, like I never imagined this kind of shot. Oh, it's so beautiful. And this one, this can be like kind of like a Spider-Man stuff, right? So it's like Spider-Man in Taipei. So you have this kind of view, or Batman kind of sitting on the edge of this thing. Just be careful with this spike. And look at this, like cars, people, can be like fighting scene here on the edge, on this rooftop. And then this one. So cool. Yeah, also like a Spider-Man kind of standing on the top. So also kind of interesting moment here. So you see, I mean, like you can see when guys who making photograph or video, when they're smart, because every time, every visual you do, it's always this like abstract element to this. It's always this like thing you need to be aware of as like different patterns and different elements. So here's like we have foliage, then second layer far away have buildings, have these interesting like angles and their mountain. So it's like many layers of information, and also many layers like overlap and shapes, and they're like kind of flowing and stacking. And this one here, so this building here, element of 101, and there is I propose like kind of shopping mall or something, like also famous architecture near 101. So you see it's like three group, 1, 2, 3 group of composition here. So one group, it's this 101 with this structure. Second group is this building with this like specific pattern, like this squares and angular pattern shape here. And then have like a street with the trees, road, and like building edges like this, like, and it's like it looks like a music. So all this is kind of very subtle, like you some like non-professional, like, you know, people who don't know composition, who don't study it enough, they will look at this and say like, yeah, he just like lucky being just photographing guy. And because this view, no, nothing is random when you like talking about composition, right? You can be lucky once, but then all your composition will be crap. You need to really understand how it works. So, and these guys, they really understand what they're doing. Just look at this, right? So all this can be like great posters. It's like composition for shapes, information, like unusual angle, character here. And also what is interesting, like what main spark for all of this here is that like case of having human, like we having human here in this place, so like you can technically, you can like rationally understand what is scale of these elements on a building, but when you actually see it, it's very different, right? So like when we have like human proportion next to all these elements, it's like really change everything. That's why also like I think like a Spider-Man idea, it's a genius for a kind of like promotion of New York. It's some kind of like love letter to New York, because you have human character which everyone can identify with this character, because he like have all this like sensation, like we can feel when he touch buildings, like he climbing them. It's like it give you like this like tactile subconscious reaction, like it's like, oh yes, like I can really feel this environment kind of, and also it's like you put this character everywhere, so you make people live environment from every possible angle, from upside down, everywhere, from everywhere, like sitting on the top, on the edge, everywhere. It's crazy. And he also, through proportion itself, it's reinventing environment. It's like with this event, like yeah, for people kind of course it's like, oh crazy dudes like walking building, kind of, yeah, but for me it's like most coolest element, most coolest thing about this, it's all these compositions. It's like how he like it kind of make this breakthrough with creating like absolutely unexpected compositions for this building, because I never seen these angles for Taipei 101. It should be humans there. It should be, somebody standing here, and we have this like, because if we take like this photograph, like we take him out, it's like will be a big question. Like first of all, why somebody will photo this, all right? It should be some kind of really like obsessed photographer, like just walking everywhere, photograph on every corner. So it's a great thing this happen. So hello, Purple Haze. Yeah. So let me drop also a link in the chat to my book. So I kind of healing 5 birds with one jetpack here. Talking about composition and also reminding you about my art book. So where is it? Here. Yeah, so here's my art book in Amazon. And let's also, so I will show how we can work with reference to find compositions. So kind of you have many references and you're not sure which reference you want to use, right? So, and here we do thumbnails. This is what thumbnails is for.
Hey, what's up, my fellow felines?
What's this? Crazy. Так. So because thumbnails you can do very fast, So it's no big deal. It doesn't feel like you're wasting much time to draw some picture which you're not sure you want to draw or not. So let's say this one, right? So I'm not sure, like, will I use it for final work or not? But I need to draw it, just at least drop main composition, so it will go through my mind. And also afterwards, I will have this like bunch of pictures in front of me already in the form of a drawing. It will help me to make final decision. Так. So look, right, see this what I'm talking, right? Guys, so because it's been some kind of huge event with the Netflix and stuff, seems is like all best camera guys, like where's my head here, being there and making all this video and photo. Так. So he kind of here. Then we'll look, okay, so here's this what I was talking, many layers. One layer here, and this kind of city. Then we have a river. Then we have roads. With this. So it's also kind of, you see, some kind of specific architecture here. There's like a bridge. Yeah, it's like a bridge, but on this image is a blur. It's okay for basic composition idea, but if I choose this composition, right, to draw on a big size, I will find better resolution, better quality for this bridge. So to be more precise. So this kind of think about composition, like I always say, number one is clarity. So it's like you are speaking, right? Before you say, you need to decide what you want to say. So what people need to hear, what people need in the composition, what people need to see, right? So it's kind of like what they will see clearly, like they can recognize dog is a dog, right? Or you plan to make it unclear, dog is it's a dog, cat, or whatever, right? So this level of clarity is your message. So if it's building, okay, you make it look like a building. You can make it look like particular kind of building. If it's some road, okay, make sure it have elements which make road look like a road. So it can be some kind of, if this like elevated like freeware, how it calls. Then it has these elements like pillar stuff. Then if you put some vehicles in it, it's also make it more perceived as a road. At least like what I like to do is kind of give more information to it. So this kind of ground, river, and buildings. This kind of, we have buildings closer here, and we have buildings far away here. It's very interesting because like buildings far away, they more read like a two-dimensional pattern, some kind of like this, you know, because far away, like here, it's we cannot read volume much, right? So if you will start trying to make them look three-dimensional on a far away, you will break a little this aerial perspective. Kind of, you will bring farther space closer by making it volumetric. So farther thing, right? You make more like stylized two-dimensional, and the closer buildings here, while they haven't also like outline, they haven't this like silhouette, right? So it's kind of overall two-dimensional shape, and also like each building have its own shape. Same like when we're talking about car, right? So car might have like a overall shape, but at the same time you kind of build its three-dimensional structure, so it have volume, right? So yeah, it still have two-dimensional elements, but no aspect to it. But because they're close, you make them look like a boxes. They should be like a volumetric patterns, kind of like this. So it's kind of a trick, and there is like hundreds of tricks like this, which you like drip by drip you learn in the course of your life. So let's say kind of this, you see. So this and this is kind of same type of information, buildings from a top, but this is far, this close. Also, I don't know, can put some contrast. So it's important, it's really help a lot to exercise making thumbnails. Like before I hate this stuff as a student, you know, because it feels like just more unnecessary drawing. But it's kind of ridiculous, you know, like why artists should afraid to draw, right? This sounds kind of absurd. So if it's beneficial, if it help you to make better work, then you should not afraid to make some more steps or more drawings. So, and once I realize making thumbnails help me to improve my composition vision and also achieve like get better quality work, I kind of start to have fun from it. So it's kind of this. So This one I don't want, just put for reference. This one looks cool. So again, it's like, don't treat it as an artwork. It's like, oh, making artwork. It's a part of process. It's your exploration. It's like my teacher tell, looking with a pencil. So you're not only looking with your eyes, you're also looking with using pencil. Kind of drawing make you better to see what you're looking at. So look here again. It's beautiful. Look what they do. They, some clever way, he break space, right? So we have again, you see this. So this movement kind of going here, and then here it's became like from this side it's like we have two triangles, right? And like this. So then this like road go like this. Like this. Here's like bridge. And with this, like treating it as a step in the work instead of final work, right? It's like help you to actually focus better on essential work. So instead of like trying to make performance from every movement you do, it's like, oh, I want like every sketch, every line I make to be some example of super skill, you know? Instead of kind of being that way, you really focus on making better quality work, like on exploring composition, kind of unpack or reveal interesting elements, like clarify maybe or refine how to better express or serve idea, you know? So look, then we have, so now I notice like this road here, but also have a road going there like this. So it's also triangle hidden there. On this image, it's not so clear, but as artist, you can like reinforce it, right? It's very cool. So we have triangle here, and it's kind of start making interesting interplay of shapes. So this triangle, then this triangle with this small triangle, and this like bouncing triangle. And I put him higher here, like this. And the mountain also have layers. And I can even like put helicopter here. So there's some reference with helicopter. So now just drop it as idea. So it can be like this gray middle value for mountains and light. So instead of dark here, like I show here, I will rather make like light helicopter on a dark background. Kind of like this. So it's really, really interesting how these small visual notes help you later. It helps you to decide which composition you want to use. And it's also kind of sharpening your creative vision. So here's this one, for example. So we have like 2-point perspective down shot drone view. So it's like this kind of perspective grid. It looks like a pyramid from this angle. So we see again, I'm looking for elements. So let's say this thing here. This thing. So here we have triangle for this foliage. So instead of just copying it, you see like you break it down into elements and stage, kind of recreating it like if you use some Lego blocks, or in the childhood we have these constructors, so can like build different stuff with the same type of blocks. So here some vehicle, people, some people here. Then I think like, okay, maybe I want make sure like this road. Yeah, I want to show this road because I can show like a car moves here. So like this. And again, I can put in this perspective grid. Some people here, people walking there. So with this approach, when you deconstruct and reconstruct composition, you have really like creative control over work. If you being kind of lazy and not doing this work, you became like a slaver for a reference. So you will just struggle to copy reference, you know. So where is your creative decisions? No, zero. Because all your decisions will be like how to make it look correct, how to make it look similar, how to kind of imitate and copy, you know. And it only brings you frustration. And if you do it good, okay, what you achieve? Best result from copy and reference is just serving as a copy machine, being this kind of high quality copy machine or like filter. Так, let's see next. Так, oh, this one. Oh yeah, I even like zoom it. Yeah, look at this. It's really like a poetry. So have like all this like. First of all, you can see perspective grid here, and then when buildings not following perspective grid, you know, this kind of exception from a rule, right? It's bring it more interest. It's creates this like more complex sound to this melody. Look, because anyways they all kind of follow certain shape, certain direction, and they're still aligning with perspective. Actually, they're still aligning with perspective. So let's take, yeah, this one looks great. See. So it's kind of thing to here. Then this is like perspective grid. So also in a case like when you make like a portrait of a building like here, yeah, you really need to calculate all these rings. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rings. So let's see. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Anyway, 9 ring can be outside of picture. Так. So then we have this kind of it's also pattern, this edge. So make him more like standing like this. Так. So in this kind of interesting part, right? All this building outside, like what can you say about them? So if we again like using this metaphor of speech, right? So what exactly can you say? It's like, do you want to show like every building exactly as they look in the real world? Imagine like how much work it will be, right? Like you need to really take a photograph for each building. You need to really know like a lot about each building. Is crazy. So some of these buildings, they're very like they have some personality, right? You can recognize certain patterns, like these two buildings, right? Like this building, like here is, it's like 4 buildings, I guess, but there's like certain pattern. Most details will be not clear. So here you kind of like need to juggle with clarity and abstraction. So, and I make like kind of creative decision what exactly should be clear, what exactly should be shown. So first I say for myself, yeah, buildings should be read as buildings. So it's kind of, like they like a boxes with windows. It's kind of enough. Then if building design serve my composition, then I will use this design. If building design or shape or form not match my composition, or maybe building angle, position somehow like don't match my composition, right? I can change it. I will change it because this look like a chaos. It's like organized chaos. It's so many elements, and the average viewer, like or anyone will just, when he just like look at this, he cannot track anything. He just only like kind of perceive it as a one bundle. It's kind of like one package, like thrown in your face. You know, it's just like take all these buildings, like catch. You know, so having this in mind, right? So you work with that. So yes, you need to make, like I choose, like I'm making this like creative decisions, right, before I start to build composition. So okay, they should be read as buildings, not like spaceships, not like rocks, or not like some kind of alien planet, right? It should look like Taipei buildings, and they must serve my composition. And then if I can, I will bring some more, even more details for clarity. You know, like here there are buildings too small, but still like I can see it's like a road. Well, here even don't see road. Yeah, this one. Yeah, here can see road. It's like super blur, almost invisible, but it's definitely road there. And if I want, I can like make it clear, right? So this will be also could bring like another layer of information. So it's kind of like if we see this street here as a kind of like a narrow beam like this, we have this street. So look, here we have this like a wave of buildings going this way. So it's kind of, it's hard to explain, but you know, you see it's like you composing actual objects as abstraction. So see like buildings moving here this way. Here have some buildings, also kind of roofs, some of roofs moving kind of this way. So instead of just drop like, oh, one building here, one building there, it's like, no, you read kind of like there's different crowds and they have their own trajectory, kind of like one go here, one goes there, you know, like a different air or streams in the ocean, you know, they're like cold stream, hot stream, stuff like that. You see, that's why is and kind of it's different. This like abstraction composition approach, like touch to it, is different from if you will trying to like you know like, oh, I need to take a Google map and look exactly how this building is placed and trying to recreate their exact like real world locations, like how they are oriented in the space according to each other, you know. You can take this approach, but it's just kind of useless. Like why you need this approach? Like who you serving with this, right? Like, are you city planner or you making artwork? Choose your side. Choose your destiny. Так. like best kind of quality, you know. It's when it's like again like a song. It have words, you understand idea, and this idea reinforced with the power of abstraction. So it's like a voice rhythms, like like in the best result, like with a visual artwork. It's when it's like that, like when you look like here, for example, okay, what's here is a dude standing on the top of this thing, and there's a buildings, and all of them kind of dancing. It's like some kind of rave, rave of architecture. And I never been on a rave, but you know, I think like it feels even better than any rave. It's like how it feels like when you organize composition, when all this start to dance, kind of like it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's like watching a miracle. It's like, you know, people being like bored, they're looking for something special in their life. It's like, oh, I want to buy this special brand product. I want to buy this like shiny thing, expensive, and how's it called? Extraordinary something, right? My God, people just so much detach from world around, so they don't notice in these miracles, like from like miracle of just being alive, you know, witnessing like unfolding world around you. And as artists, you kind of you develop this kind of it's like you watching these expensive luxury products, for example, jewelry, whatever, this exclusive thing, right? Your brain, your mind became this thing. Now, like your like brain as a projector and as a camera now is like made from diamonds. Like because everything you look to through this camera looks fantastic. It looks like heavenly, mind-blowing, incredible, and you will never be bored in your life. You can only be like just overwhelmed and yeah, overwhelmed and tired, but boring. No, it's not your problem anymore. It's a problem for illiterate people. They're bored, their life ceases of meaning, they don't see purpose, they don't see harmony, beauty, you know. It need to be like twinkle, sprinkle, little dinkle they buy in the shop. Then they will think like, oh, this is something valuable because I see it in advertisement. So like, and here looks this kind of interesting. It's like, damn. It's like if you've seen this painting, I forget artist, kind of shame on me for forgetting artist's name. It's like a famous painting about it's like a tunnel in the sky, right? And it's like and there's like angels, archangels. Yeah, I should make my art history studies. So it's kind of like this moment when just like sky open, this like veil of average world of this like gray reality is torn, and like this amazing backstage, like inner machinery, and God and angels, everything, all this like became like revealed for you, and it's like oh, crazy, like epiphany kind of stuff. This is what you have as artist, kind of like regularly. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's happened again. It's just some kind of interesting um, like elevated quality of perception, or like, yeah, like experience. And without this, you never will see this like fantastic artworks which bring catharsis to people. You have catharsis from artist's work because artist had this catharsis. He had not just catharsis, he been like like a channel in this thing in his work. It's like when you watch like in Miyazaki cartoons, this like guys and like standing like, I don't know, like, and there's like stream of force, and it's like wow, kind of, it's like explosion of dopamine or serotonin, this kind of like how it feels. Yeah, hello drona Dame. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. It's just like when you imagine he walk in it without any, how it's called, protection. And like for me, like even if like you put this like a leather all the way, you know, try to clean this leather 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's already like insane, like require like insane athleticism, just like climb this high. For me, at least, I'm not accustomed to climbing stairs for so long. It's like we are lazy to walk stairs for a couple floors. Okay, so this one kind of look interesting. Just look a couple more if I can see to draw. So I don't know how it looks for you, but for me, I already kind of like I find many interesting patterns, which I will try to make more clear on a big size stage. Let's see. I want to find some other vertical so here's this similar view, but with a river. Interesting. So here we have this thing little on the side, then this road here, road here, see again kind of looking this general movements. Так, so that's like this. So this river is like two S curves. See, and again you kind of, it's famous kind of grace line, grace curve, and also like you can improve this if you make second curve creating like tapering silhouette, right? So it's like they're convergent kind of tapering instead of being just parallel. So instead of just drawing totally parallel, you draw in, it's like widen, and maybe here is start to close again. So it just look more interesting, more dynamic. So it's kind of tiny nuances you should notice. And then look, we have this kind of curve, right? There's also kind of all these very, very tiny moments you notice with experience. So we have this curve, and when you making bridge, like here's this like arc of a bridge, you have in mind these curves. So let me see. And look very well here, but again, this kind of idea of making thumbnails, it's to find this potential for like good composition solutions. And so make sure you will develop them. Так, so it's kind of this. One. Then here, this direction, this direction. So then there is some kind of lines like this, triangle. Here. So we have two variation overview. Same like looking like triangles, so it's kind of, then here it's like a windows on this building overlapped with the vertical lines of this building, and then here is like stair treads, rooftops of these buildings. Here is like bunch of rooftops. Here we have some pattern of buildings far away. And this like road going behind the bridge. So kind of this idea. Let's see some more vertical. But this looks so cool. Yeah, this one fantastic. It look like this one. Oh, так. So cool. Look at this. Here's kind of Here, like shadows. Yeah, like it's so amazing how. So this like angle of building on the front and the shadows on the ground, they're parallel. Isn't cool? So it's like and here actually like kind of road making curve like this. So I have zebra. So and you see in this, oh, even like we can play just as experiment. We can even like make this. Oh, it's so cool. Tiles on a pedestrian walk. Because as you see, it's like exploration of composition, so we can make some overkill with details. Look at this. Even these arrows look so cool. And the vehicles. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Some people, because you see, like to make this shot is like they need to choose. They need to know exactly like what kind of lens they use. It's just they know exactly like they're working with geometry here. They want this like flat, uh, like sharp, abstract design here. It just looks so fantastic. It's like I will draw it again. Which also, what is the point about compositions? It's like each time you draw it more like more pristine quality you can achieve. And then you see this composition, you can transfer it for anything else. it can be like some kind of sci-fi. Maybe it's not like, maybe this here, it's a ground, right? And here we have like dude standing. Some kind of machine gun. And this is some kind of structure on background. Like architecture or spaceship. And you steal all these abstract elements. Can be like this fifth element futuristic city view. So there's like flying vehicles on the background, like they going far away. There's a lot of creative opportunities. Так. Also this one. Sharpen my pencil. Так. So same with this one here. So all these triangles. So it's like 3-point perspective. And so interesting. So let me find where is vanishing point. So y-axis kind of this here. And x, z axis. Okay, so now I notice there is also this road. So cool. So one road goes here. So have this shape. Then we have other triangle. In this triangle. So in this kind of like became like a dark background on which we can see this spike kind of, you see. Also on building rooftops, it's interesting, like let's say gradient, have light, dark, light, dark. So cool. So then this edge. So first kind of first composition thumbnail can be like this, like little messy, because like I say, you think with a pencil, so you're still exploring, you're still revealing some elements, and next one will be more clear, more deliberate, and actually you can make like couple more attempts and then you make some more variations, so you have like clear variants and you have different clear variants, because it's still opportunity to make like different accents, to push like different design within this structure. So let's say, for example, now I start to look for me like a ship. Interesting. It's kind of like so hypnotizing, this pattern. Cool. Let me put music for this one. Так. Так. So here, see, we have this going into road intersection. Okay, so so here look also talking about composition. It starts to work better when I start to treat kind of approach this building like rhombs, like kind of this, like a range of this kind of rhomb squares and circles. See, so immediately it start to work out. And then I just, again, it's like now it's like a little wacky because it's freehand, but then on a big scale, I will just like take a ruler and make everything is like absolutely straight. So look, we have like this romps, right? They're like dancing around. So it's like one abstract element here, right? Which is like kind of pulsating, moving, transitioning. It's like do 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 do. Right? So it's immediately it starts to like dancing. Right? And then we have circles. So we have this circle, then this circle is like within bigger circle, then it's doubles, and then we have like many small, kind of like on the orbit of this big circle, and then tiny circle inside this one. Isn't crazy? I mean, you look at this and advertising like how they make it like it should be planned to be drawn from this angle because it's so cool. But it's just because it's geometry, right? Like when you have organized geometry, it will look like fantastic. It's kind of beauty of order. So, and then also like this like vehicles on a parking lot, like parking lot, you see this kind of geometry of parked cars. Some cars, they're like this. So you drawing stuff very far away, right? But you draw them if they like this pillar, right? And these vehicles on a parking lot, it's like they're being like organized together, like have this like arrow on a parking lot, have this car here, and this kind of shape goes here. So circle, and there's like a bunch of car. So it's all rhythms. And this road here have zebra on the road. And some vehicle moving on this road. Same here, we have this. So you're working on this like different categories. Like at first, you're doing as like very general shapes, and then you can break down inside. So like find this like very tiny patterns within big patterns. So like here we have vehicles on this road. And then this kind of rooftop have some shapes. And then we can draw Alex somewhere here. It's like standing here, for example, or here again, standing on the top here. Can play around with this. Так.
This is